Damage. So basically, when we have a concussion, the whole aspect of a concussion is we have an acceleration, deceleration force on the skull. Our brain is like jello, okay? So it's gonna be slamming on the sides of the skull back and forth until it kind of stops moving. Right. And then after that, we get a systemic inflammatory response. So typically, the areas of the brain that are gonna be damaged the most are gonna be the areas that suck up the most oxygen and require the most glucose, so they're most metabolically active. So we do typically see areas in the midbrain and cerebellum that get affected first, but it's gonna be based on your baseline, right? So if you had issues in your frontal lobe, you know, maybe in the past years, maybe you had upper respiratory infections, it could have been concussions, it could have been a million things. We have tons of stuff that impacts our brain. So if you have an area that's just a little bit weaker, you go and have a full impact of a concussion, that area is going to be one of the most affected areas because it was already weak to begin with, if that makes any sense. And we typically are going to see there's certain systems that fire to all the areas of the brain. Eye movements are one of them, vestibular function is another, and the autonomic nervous system. Because it's literally we can't do anything without the regulation of blood supply. So even me thinking, for my frontal lobe to work, I have to get blood supply to that area as these neurons are firing. So that autonomic nervous system is huge. And so it is typically affected more so in concussion. That's why we see certain trends with concussion. But what it is, it's just the inflammatory response of the concussion impacts.